Welcome to this video that shows you how to assemble your 42 and 52 inch podium. Now when you get your podium, it is mostly assembled, but there are just a few things that you'll need to add before it's ready for use. Like the guardrails, for instance. They are required in most states and, well, since we don't want you to fall off, just go ahead and use them. And of course, the transport wheels. So let's go ahead and get started by showing you how to attach those transport wheels directly to your podium. Now you should have received a couple of plates to attach that wheel to the podium, similar to the ones that you see here. Let's just call them plate A and plate B. Go ahead and take plate B, put it on the inside of the podium right here, and then go ahead and take plate A, which is the outside or the bigger one, attach it to the outside of the podium. You'll fasten these plates by using the bolts and lock nuts included with the hardware. Just be sure that the lock nuts are on the inside of the podium leg so they don't get in the way of the wheel when it spins. Finally, take the wheel and attach it to the outside of plate A, or the outside of the podium is shown here, with one of the two axle bolts included. Again, be sure that the bolt is on the outside and the lock nut is on the inside of the podium leg. And now, let's attach those guardrails. Okay, so we'll start with the outside rails first. We'll put them on the podium first and then add the forward rail last. Now, to attach the side rails, simply push one of the bolts from inside the podium, which is actually underneath the platform, and then add a washer and a wing nut to the outside of the podium and simply tighten it up. Yes, it is just that simple. Go ahead and do the same to the other side, and you're all done. Now let's attach that front rail to the unit, and your podium will be ready for use. Let's go ahead and get started by adding the bolts to the bottom of the rail, shown by these little red arrows. We'll go ahead and focus on one side first, then you just have to duplicate it on the other side. Now, this assembly requires one bolt, two small washers, one large washer, and one lock nut. Now we'll take a look at this diagram. It'll show you the placement of all the parts. First, you've got your bolt, followed by a small washer. And then you've got your outside rail, followed by, in the middle, the large washer. Now it is important to go between the two rails. Then you've got your forward rail, and after the forward rail, one other small washer right here. And then finally, you've got your lock nut there in the end. It's as simple as that. You do the same thing for the other side, and you're all done. Oh, and you may have noticed these extra bolts here in this photo. Yeah, don't worry about them, because they no longer exist. Actually, we've upgraded the hardware to include locking pins, which really make it easier to collapse for transport. So, that's it. 42 and 52 inch podium assembly made easy. If you have any questions, stop by dshowcase.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.